Welcome to this episode of Making Performance Matter, connecting employee performance to business results, with your host, Cindy Allen Stuckey.
Welcome to my show. How many times have you heard, or maybe you even said, I can't find good employees? We all know employees are the heart and the soul of any business, and they're the mechanism for getting the work done. But we have a lot of problems of trying to find good employees. I want you to think about something. When you select a spouse, you spend a lot of time up front. You get to know the spouse, get to know the person who's going to be your spouse. Likewise, when you rear your children, you spend a lot of time with them and developing them. So why is it that you hire an employee and you have one, maybe two interviews, you bring them in, and then it's called sink or swim? Why is there's this disparity between the culture in the organization at your home and the culture in the organization at work? So what I'm going to propose is, wouldn't you be happier if you worked on creating the organization culture at work like you have at home? And wouldn't it make you more successful? I really do think the answer to both of those questions is yes. So I'm going to give you 3 tips on what to do to prepare before you even go out and talk to a person. The first tip is you need to decide what your hiring process is. Now, I use a flow chart because I want to see exactly what it looks like. You need this common hiring practice. Number 1, you know you're doing it the same way each time. But number 2, it also, for legalities, you need to know you're doing it the same way each time. It is your roadmap on how to hire. The second tip is develop a job description. Even though you have it in your head, you need to get that written down. The job description, you need it when you're going to be interviewing somebody. You need to be able to give the candidate a job description. And you also need it once they're hired. A job description should list the requirements, any experience, any other criteria that is needed. The third tip that's needed before you ever hire anybody is define your culture. Now, culture seems awfully soft and fluffy and rather difficult to define, but culture is usually, a bad culture fit is usually the reason that employees don't work out. You look at ability, you look at experience, you look at education, you look at all types of things on the resume, but many times we do not even think about the culture fit. Because it's so difficult to think about and to define, here are 3 things to help you think about how to define culture. The first is, what's the atmosphere like in your organization? Is it formal? Is it informal? Is it flexible? Or is it not flexible? But really think about what that's like. The second piece is, think about employees that have been very successful at your organization. What do they have? What do they demonstrate? Likewise, think about employees that it hasn't worked out. What did they have and what did they demonstrate? Third, think about what demands are there at your organization, what challenges at your organization or would be in this position. Because again, you want to try to match a person to your culture. Usually, when someone is in trouble as far as performance, it's because they're not a good culture fit. If you get the right people, then that helps you get things moving. And if you follow these 3 tips, you're on your way to getting the right people. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode of Making Performance Matter with Cindy Allen Stuckey. For more great information, visit Cindy's website at makingperformancematter.com. Also browse the other shows found right here at Indie Biz TV Shows.